Hey everyone, today we're diving into what is, for a lot of players, the most confusing part of chess, the middle game. We're going to show you how to swap that confusion for some serious confidence by mastering one single skill, the skill that helps you find the right move when there's no easy answer. Let's get into it.
So you know the feeling, right? You've played your opening, you've developed a couple of pieces, and then you just sort of hit a wall. The board is this huge, chaotic mess of possibilities, and it really feels like you're just drifting, kind of hoping your opponent messes up first. Sound about right?
Yeah, this is the question that just haunts so many players. I mean, the opening, it has clear principles. The end game has specific techniques you can learn. But the middle game, it feels like this vast, uncharted ocean. What's the plan? Which piece are you supposed to move? Where do you even start looking?
Well, the good news is there is a compass for that ocean. There really is a single fundamental skill that separates stronger players from beginners. And it's not about memorizing a million different openings. It's about learning how to see what's actually happening on the board. And that skill? Well, we're calling it the evaluation superpower. This is your ability to just glance at any position and get a really clear sense of what's going on. It's the tool that lets you cut right through all the noise and find some strategic clarity.
So what is position evaluation, really? It's the skill of judging a position to figure out who's doing better, and this is the important part, why. Because once you understand the why, finding the right move becomes so much easier. Now, this superpower isn't some kind of magic, it's a process, and it all comes down to looking for 3 fundamental clues on the chessboard. I want you to think of yourself as a detective, okay? And these are the 3 most important pieces of evidence you need to collect. And luckily, we have a clear guide for our detective work. This tells us exactly where to look first. Because, not all clues are created equal. And right at the top of the list, king's safety and material. Let's start with the most straightforward clue, material balance. This is basically just the combined value of all the pieces each player has on the board. Think of it as the raw firepower you're bringing to the battle. So the very first question you should ask yourself is simple. Who has the bigger army? A quick count gives you a baseline, a starting point for understanding what's happening. It's step 1 of your investigation. Next up, and this one has the absolute highest priority, is king safety. This is all about how exposed your most important piece is. Honestly, if your king is in danger, all the extra queens in the world might not be able to save you. The way to think about it is this. Is the king tucked away safely in its castle, surrounded by its loyal pawn guards, or is it kind of stuck out in the open, with enemy pieces starting to close in? The answer to that one question can and often does decide the entire game. Okay, our third core clue is piece activity. And this one is much more dynamic. It's not just about what pieces you have, it's about what your pieces are doing. Are they controlling important squares? Are they ready to jump into the fight at a moment's notice? So, are your pieces ready for action? Or are they just kind of sitting on the back rank, watching the game go by? An active army, even if it's a little bit smaller, can often completely overwhelm a passive one. All right, so we've got our 3 clues. But the way we as humans interpret them is totally different from how a chess engine does it. And, understanding this difference is really key. Look, you can't calculate millions of moves per second like a computer can. And that's okay. That's not a weakness, it's actually your strength. We don't have to rely on brute force calculation. We have a much more refined set of tools. An engine, it uses what's called deep computation to spit out a number, like plus 0.72. It's pure, cold calculation. But we humans, we use qualitative judgment. We rely on pattern recognition, on experience. We get a feel for the position. We see the story of the game, not just the numbers. Okay, so now let's talk about how this all comes together to give you a real, actual strategic advantage in your games. We're gonna move from just seeing what's on the board to actively shaping its future. A really crucial idea here is the difference between static and dynamic advantages. Static advantages are the long-term fixed things, like, say, having an extra pawn. Dynamic advantages are temporary. They're fleeting, like having the initiative or a powerful attack that's brewing. Knowing which kind of advantage you have tells you whether you should be playing slowly and carefully or quickly and aggressively. This is all fantastic in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in a real game, when the clock is ticking? How do you turn these big ideas into a repeatable process that actually helps you find the best move? Here it is. This is the big takeaway. A simple 3-step routine. Every single time it's your move, you just run through this checklist. Number 1, count the material. Number 2, check king's safety. Number 3, assess piece activity.
This one habit, this one little routine, will bring so much structure to your thinking and replace all that confusion with a real sense of purpose.
And that brings us to our final thought. Sometimes after you go through your checklist, everything's going to work pretty much equal. The material is balanced, both kings seem safe, and that's when you have to ask yourself this question. Who has the winning story? Who has the clearer path to making their position better? Looking for that narrative, that is the heart of human chess, and it is the real secret to finally mastering the middle game.